Hey guys, what's up? It's Yana. Welcome to day 28 of Camp NaNoWriMo, July 2021. And for once, I've actually already been working today. I've written quite a bit, or I've revised and edited quite a bit, and also written some additional stuff. And I am once again having to change the placing of a chapter. But this time I'm not only changing the placing, I think I'm also going to have to change the point of view character and actually which character this happens to. So originally this was something it's just a scary event that's experienced by Rumi, my name girl, and she kind of has a very good idea of what's happening because she has a little bit more knowledge. But I think what I have to do is I'm going to have to put Peter in that chapter instead, and then this chapter is going to serve as an incentive for him to believe something that he may not otherwise have believed. Now, whether that something is true or not, I'm not gonna tell you. Maybe it's true, maybe he's wrong to believe this, but I need him to believe that a particular thing is happening, or at least allow for the possibility for it to be happening, so that he can do the next actions that he needs to do, she says vaguely, because she doesn't want to completely spoil her plot on this channel. So currently I am just trying to finish this chapter that I'm writing right now, which is the chapter that made me realize I may have to do that. And then after that, I'm gonna have to skip forward, grab that event, which originally happened a little bit later, and then backtrack and kind of just insert it in between two other chapters. And then I think after that, things are going to align a little bit better. I've been doing a lot of it. It's like a constructor, this novel. It's like I've got all of these events, but then I keep changing who's present during certain things and when they learn about them and when they happen. And it's really interesting that changing this order of events or who's experiencing them doesn't really affect the overall plot. I guess because there are a few chapters where the children are mostly observers. They are quite active, they do a lot, they're not passive characters, but there are certain things in the story that they just have to witness and then draw conclusions from them. And I think that these things are very flexible in terms of when and how they happen and who they happen to. So but yeah, it's funny, I can't remember ever doing this before, where I've had it a certain way and the story made sense, and then I completely reattached it in a different way and it still made sense, but just it was slightly different. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm gonna go back to that. Okay, now I'm thinking there's yet another possible option where both of the characters experience that chapter that I was just talking about, but then before that, I've obviously been having a few issues with a certain character who has very strong convictions finding something out that I need them to keep a secret, but it's very difficult for me to make them keep it a secret and keep them in character. So now I'm thinking there might be a possibility for them to actually not find out yet, and for another character to be the only one that finds out, because at the moment both of them find out. You're so confused, you have no clue who I'm talking about. But I think there might be this option for this problematic character to actually just not know the secret so that they don't have to keep it. But the other slightly less problematic in that sense character, this is my bathing suit straps just coming off, that's fine, it's strapless. The other less problematic character needs to find out and then be convinced not to say anything, which I think is possible. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna write it all in just one way and then go back and reread and see if it works, and otherwise it's surprisingly easy to tweak these things, because like with a few sentences it just all changes. So it's not a huge amount of work, but it's just this whole middle part where all of the like people finding things out and all the information dump before the big like last third of the book where there's a lot of action happens. It's just this middle bit is still a bit muddy. Like I write it one way and it works, but not like 100%, and then I write it another way and again it works, but maybe not 100%. We'll see. Okay, I've paused to get some food, and also because I think I might be pivoting again. By the way, I'm sorry for my state of undress, but I'm not trying to be sexy or anything. It's just really, really, really hot. I'm sure you can forgive a bathing suit. So I think what I'm actually going to do is option number 3 or 33 at this point. There is an adult, which is a bit more of a trusted adult that they can talk to. And the reason I didn't want them to originally is because I thought that then that adult would be compelled to do something that would interfere with the plot. But actually, I think I have now come up with reasons for her not to be able to act immediately, so that instead of this whole problem with who knows this secret and who's keeping the secret and can they talk to people about it, I think they can actually go and tell this person, and she will do her best to act on it, but she just wouldn't be able to get results immediately, and then the plot can still happen. I think this is probably the best option because it doesn't require my characters to be out of character. It seems like a reasonable thing for them to do. I'm very big on making sure that my kids don't just do stupid things in order for the plot to progress. They are acting in an intelligent way, and there have to be like external reasons that prevent them from immediately solving problems and not just their own stupidity. Or in this case, I don't want them to do things they know are questionable or they believe are questionable just because I need those things to happen. So I think for now this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back over what I just wrote. It doesn't require deleting or anything, but I need to change the location where they're at, and I need to add them a little episode with them sharing what they now know with this person and her response, and then that will connect to the next scene that I already have. And then the rest of the book, I think, can continue as normal. I think. Why is this middle giving me so much trouble? It's not even trouble, because it's not, it's not like I don't already have something there, but I want to make it better and more logical, and it feels like there are too many options to do that. I'm spoiled for choice. This is not something I should be complaining about. Okay. So, that's what I'm gonna do right now, but I think I'm going to actually stop filming here so that I can A, concentrate, and B, I'm losing the light. You're going to get one of those horrible yellow middle of the night shots otherwise. So I think I'm gonna stop filming here, and I'll just update you tomorrow on how this whole thing turned out, especially since I want to finish my sandwich in peace because I'm starving. Yeah, this has been an interesting day writing wise. I feel like I've done so much, but also I've gone back and forth so much. This has been so much editing and rewriting. Like, I wrote a thing that I was like, oh, this works, but also, and then I fixed it, revised it, and then I wrote another thing, and then I revised that, and back and forth and back and forth. This is actually a prime example of the way that I edit as I write. And if I had just left that the way it was and moved on to the next scene and then edited the next scene, this would just bug me so much, and then when I go back I would be like, this is not working, and I would feel very unmotivated to continue. So it needs to be fixed now, and that's what I'm gonna do. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!